speak about how I came to hear the Destiny message, how I came to be a part of the Destiny group, how I became a person who walks the process that is discussed and expanded upon within the Destiny material. So, before I found Destiny on YouTube, I was within my life at that point in time. I was just starting to come out of like a self-created kind of like cage that I put myself in, based on defining myself by my environment and defining myself by my past, what happened to me, and just really being not comfortable within myself and very fearful of, well, not very much fearful, that's the word. Kind of just starting to come into my own understanding of myself, my own understanding of life. I was doing marijuana at that time, smoking a lot, and so I watched the Passion of the Christ movie that came out by Mel Gibson, and we smoked before that movie, and we went and saw it, and for the first time within the movie, the way Jesus was portrayed and kind of the direct presentation of the movie, you know, how he really was according to that story, but more in a direct, realistic sense, kind of opened my eyes to see that, you know, the religion that was pumped into me all my life, you know, you have to go to church, you're going to go to hell, you're going to go to heaven, Jesus is your savior, like the constant stuff that I never like believed. It never was a part of my life because it didn't make sense to me. I would ask questions about it, and, you know, teachers, priests never could answer the questions that I proposed. You know, it just didn't make sense. It wasn't like the religion part was never like a sensible thing, and I didn't really care about it when I was little, when I was growing up. I just didn't believe it. So that movie kind of put me in my own spiritual path, where I started to study and look into like the spiritual aspect of life. Not so much into religions, although I did study it. I grew up Christian, so actually Catholic. I don't know if that's the same thing, similar. So I kind of started studying like afterlife, spirits, all that kind of stuff, reading about Jesus. I got into the Conversations with God books that opened a lot of understanding, and kind of made me see the point of the oneness of life, and that, you know, we're much more than we believe ourselves to be, perceive ourselves to be. We have something is missing within our lives, something is not right with the world, and, you know, I was starting to be on that path to understand more of my own curiosities, my own interests of studying. It wasn't pushed onto me, it was kind of my own way. And so I got into a lot of that kind of stuff. I studied like Buddhism, Hinduism, kind of more peaceful, like meditation, things like that. I got into nature a lot more. The weed like brought me closer to nature, I guess. I smoked a lot. I used to take my dog, we used to run through the woods, and you know, I appreciated nature more. I never even considered nature when I was little. I mean, I did to an extent, but the point of the oneness of life helped me consider even a flower, a bug, one to me. So it was opening up my respect for life. But still, within these, you know, books, religions, things like that, it was just, there was no real solution. There was no real, you know, practice. Like the practices they had were so like you couldn't pinpoint it. It was, you had to read through the lines kind of to understand what you're supposed to do. And there was so much pumped into you in these books and things, so many different avenues you could take that it just didn't make, you know, it was just too much. And so I kept on searching, and I got into like afterlife talking, like psychics and things like that. I went to psychics, and I like to do the past life psychics. So after doing that for a while, I had one of my friends was, you know, into this stuff too, spiritual stuff. So we used to talk a lot about it, and she was someone I was close to, and we had this interest in the spiritual aspect. So we used to talk a lot about it, and eventually she told me that she could speak to spirits through her finger. And so that started. I used to be able to speak to spirits through my friend, through the writing of her finger. And within this, it ended up being a deception type thing. I couldn't really trust what they were saying because a lot of what they were saying wasn't coming true. It was causing issues in my life because I would follow the information that she was telling me and not actually using my own common sense and seeing the reality of what's going on, but just following someone writing through her finger. I didn't have any idea who it was, if it was for real. I kind of just blindly trusted it, and it ended up being not trustworthy. And so within that, I got into like ancient aliens in 2012, reptilian type beings. And that's when I started looking on YouTube for videos about that, and that's when I found Desteni. So when I saw the videos, saw Sunette come up, I saw the titles, and the titles, I think the first one was about 2012, I was looking that up, and I listened to it, and I was like, whoa, like that's interesting. And then I saw Hitler, and I clicked that, and I was like, whoa, this is really cool. You know, I didn't have any doubt at all as to the validity of Sunette. Well, no, I didn't really have any doubt because I was familiar with this, you know, spiritual aspect of life, the spiritual side. I fully believed in beings on the other side being able to talk to us, and I saw that there was something greater than we realize here. So I watched all the videos coming onto Desteni from that time. I watched all of them, and at first it wasn't easy hearing what they had to say, understanding the implications of what they were saying about us, that we're mind consciousness systems. We actually don't really exist here. We're just automated beings living off of our own emotions, feelings, judgments, and believing that that is who we are, when really that's not who we are. We are here as a living breath. We're able to direct ourselves. So this took a while to understand this within myself. A lot of studying, a lot of reading, a lot of listening to the material, and continually listening, understanding, expanding my understanding through the material that's coming out of Destiny, through the members, through the blogs, vlogs, and through my own research of stuff. So it's a continuous expansion within understanding, realizations, pretty much just walking my process. That's what it means. Obviously, within the tools that came out of Destiny, self-forgiveness, self-honesty, self-change, it's self-evident, it's common sense stuff. I mean, the only reason that you would not practice this within yourself is that you are holding on to something that you don't want to let go of. And this is also a process, because it takes processes for you to get out of addictions, to get out of things that we're comfortable with, things that we've always known, things that we've always relied on to define ourselves. But within this, you applying the self-forgiveness, applying the self-change, applying the self-honesty within your living, you gain a self-empowerment, is all I can say. It's like you stand within yourself and you are stable. You become stable as you walk, as you change. And it's really an awesome process, I guess, you can walk for yourself, because you can see the potential within yourself as you start walking. You can see that even if you fall, or even if you take a slight turn within your process, you can turn again and come back on to process. You have kind of that strength, and that you build the willpower to be able to walk through all the points you have to walk through to become a being that's here, that's self-realized, that lives within breath and directs oneself within considering everything that's here. And the end result is worth any kind of pain, any kind of hardship, any kind of struggles, or any point that comes up in your process that's not easy. It's worth it, because in the end we will create a world where there is beings that can be trusted. We're a race, a society, a world that is in care of each other, in unity of each other, in peace with each other, can live with each other peacefully, and considers not only yourself, not only your family, but every being within your world. And you create yourself in a way that considers everyone. And we, within those principles, the principles, oneness and equality of life, we create like a flower blooming effect of life expanding, expressing, and living in a peaceful, interesting, and undefinable way. Also in a stability, because we will understand who we are within everything that's here. We will create systems and structures within our lives that support everyone, and within the support of all beings here, within the support of all life, the fear will subside. The ruthlessness and brutalness that humanity has expressed within ages and ages of time, based on not being able to live here and breathe here, but have to struggle and, dog eat dog kind of world, and suffer and be in pain and die because they don't have enough to sustain themselves. They don't have enough to live. So, the struggle of trying to live is going to end within the principles of equality and oneness, because within this principle, everything is accounted for, everything is supported. Everything will be instability because it will be considered. And all I can say is just study the equal money system, study destiny, because, as you walk the material, as you walk process, as you walk self-honesty, self-forgiveness, self-corrective action, you grow within your understanding, and you are... Before, I never thought I could make a video, express myself through the videos. I express myself, it's helped me even in work, being able to talk to a group, be comfortable in myself, be confident within myself, because I have an understanding now of myself within life, and I don't have all sorts of thoughts, fears, anxieties, and judgments going on in my head, but I'm able to be here in breath, stop those thoughts, fears, judgments, and be here in reality, and be able to conduct myself within reality, conduct myself within breath, and live here within what is best for all. Focusing on those things, and you just become more a productive person, you become more stable person, you become more trustworthy, and you kind of become a responsible being, because people can trust me to do what has to be done. I can be someone who is dependable and can be counted on to do things. So you just create a kind of network of trust within your world, with the beings in your world, and those that you see are abusive and not cool within your world, you simply let them go. And that's also a walk, to let go of people you've been friends with for a while, or family members, or whoever's in your world, co-workers. You start to stand up within yourself and say, no, I'm not going to be abused anymore. No, I'm not going to take on too much. I'll direct myself in the best way for myself, and I don't know, you start to enjoy life more, I guess. Yeah, enjoy life more. So, hearing Destiny's message was something that I was, it was kind of like I was waiting for this message to hear it. I was waiting for, a a clear solution to this world. I saw how crazy the world was. I saw that I didn't want to live in this kind of world. I wanted to be part of the solution here. And within Destiny, they have the equal money system. They have principles within living that include everyone. And, support everyone. So everyone is supported, even animals. All life is supported as I would want to be supported. So I was ready for it. I was waiting for Destiny. And it is here. The destiny of my universe, the destiny of the universe is here, and it's within equality. It's in oneness of life. It's in humanity as a whole, and it's in each one of us here as we walk our own processes to become living beings within breath, able to direct ourselves in stability and create the best outcome, the best world, the best beings we can be through the principles we live, through the tools we walk. Self-honesty, self-forgiveness, self-corrective change. Eventually we'll be here, breathing, living, in absolute enjoyment within oneness and equality as a living system, within a world that is an absolute joy of each other because we see each other, we're all supported, we're all able to express ourselves here, and all the illusions of this world now, religion, products like branding, like shopping, corporations, class warfares, war in general, all that will be gone because that's unacceptable. We don't need to live in that kind of way. And it's only going to be through us walking this. So, I suggest definitely listen to the message of Destiny. Hear the principles that are being spoken about, that are being walked within the beings that are walking this process, as Destiny has stated. It's really just a group of beings walking their own processes and coming together to create a solution within the principles we see as life, oneness, and equality, and walking that into a world so we can create a world that is literally best for every being and is like heaven on earth, because it's possible. We just need to walk it as ourselves and this world. So definitely check out Destiny, Equal Money System. Join the forums, become visible, and we're here to support everyone who's willing to walk, and it's an awesome journey. It's really, really cool, and it helps you to become real and live in actual real reality and be a being that's supportive to all life as you would want to be supported. So that was my story about hearing Destiny and why I continued to walk the Destiny message. Thanks for listening. Enjoy. Bye.